as per request from one of the students sent me a note and asked me to go over with the hands method again. So let's see if I can pull off with the hands method using two-dimensional describing three-dimensional objects. Okay, for the hands method, kind of think of your hands. We have 5 fingers. This is your thumb, this is your pinky, and there's 3 fingers in the middle. So this is your hands with 5 fingers. For every single fingers we have, we can always count it. This is 0 degrees. This is 30 degrees. This is 45 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees. Or if we think of it in radians, in every single fingers you have, it has is radian. You can call this is 0 degree. This is pi 6. This is pi 4. This finger here is pi 3, and this finger here is pi half. So that's the positions of your finger. Now, if you're going to think about for cosines and sine, okay, every time I fold in a finger, I will run a little slash, so maybe you can see that. Say, for example, if I'm looking for cosine at 30 degrees. So for cosine 30 degrees, kind of think of your fingers, again, 5 fingers. And for cosine 30 degrees, see, here's a 30 degree finger. We have 0 degree, here's a 30 degree. So cosine 30, you fold in your 30 degrees. So right at that 30 degree location, cosine, we have 1, 2, 3 fingers on top. So we write root 3 over. There's always an invincible 2 in the palm of your hands when we deal with cosine and sine. So there's 3 fingers on top over invincible 2. And when we talk about cos and talk about sine at 30 degrees, kind of think of it as you have 1 finger on the bottom. So that invisible 1, square root of 1 is 1 over that invincible 2. That's what I meant by the using the finger. So let's try that again. Let's take a look at 45 degrees. So on your hands, again, we're going to go folding in the 45 degrees. So this finger is 45 degrees, so we're folding that in. So that left you on top set 2 fingers, 1 and 2. So for that point, cosine is root 2 over 2. And you see how there's 2 fingers on the bottom? We count it as root 2 over 2. Bottom fingers, we count for sine. Top fingers, we count it for cosine. So that's where you get the cosine, and this is where you get the sine. So let's try it again at, say, sine and cosine at 60 degrees. So here's again our 5 fingers. And when we deal with 60 degrees, we're going to fold in the 60 degrees. So then that left us the top fingers we have. See, there's only 1 finger left on top. So root 1 over invisible 2 in the palm of your hand. So with cosines is 1/2. For sine, we have 3 fingers on the bottom. So therefore, we just write root 3 over 2. So this is how we use our hand to identify the sine cosine value. So here's a quick quiz for you. What is sine and cosine at say pi half? So right at pi half, you're going to fold in these fingers. There's no finger left on top, so kind of think of it as 0 divided by 2. So for cosine, there's no finger on top, so it's 0. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers on the bottom. So square root of 4 over invincible 2. So root 4 is 2, 2 over 2, so it's 1. So therefore, right at pi half, cosine is 0, sine is 1. Kind of play around with it and see what you have. If you fold it in correctly, right at 0 degree, your cosine should be 1 and your sine should be 0. You can also use this for tangent as well. So let me show you tangent. If you use tangent, don't think of invisible numbers anymore. So there's 5 fingers you have. Tangent at this location, this is 30-degree tangent. Just count. Tangent is sine over cosine. So if you look at it, there's 1 finger on the bottom, so you go root 1 over, there's 3 fingers on top, so you write root 3. But you can't leave it 1 over root 3, so therefore write at tangent at 30 degrees, you simplified it by say root 3 over 3. Let's run it for one more. We only have room for one more, so let's see. If I wanted tangent at 60 degrees, let's see how that works on the hand. So here's 5 fingers. For 60 degrees, we're folding in the 60 degrees right here. So right at that location, we just find out what tangent at 60 is. So again, sine over cosine. So there's 3 fingers on the bottom. You write root 3. And there's 1 finger on top, we write root 1 or 1. So therefore, tangent at 60, using the hands method by folding in the finger 60 degrees finger, you should have root 3. So good luck on final.